Hello and welcome back to Loopholes and Lockouts for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. How we feeling, lads?
Feeling good. Feeling good.
Oh, that's good. Today we're just going to go over some winners and losers over Origin for the main sort of segment. Obviously team lists and whatnot. Then into the regular segments of Physio Files, Panic Bars and Sells, and then teams and trades. So that's going to be pretty exciting for today. We're just going to go over some interesting decisions by Laurie and Billy that have had some huge supercoach ramifications. For my team, I know that, and then other people, you, the viewers out there. But yeah, how do we feel as a whole about this Queensland team, lads?
Pretty confident.
Yeah.
It's like vibe-based.
I think he got the team basically right in game one, and he's picked near enough the same team.
Yeah.
So I'm happy enough with it.
Yeah, I think we looked good in game one anyway before the send-off, so yeah.
I would have started Taolungi, to be honest.
Yeah, I also
Yeah, I
think
probably would have done that too.
I would have started Plath. I think he had a really good game one.
Use like Cotter in that Carrigan role. I've heard that a bit.
Yeah, off the bench. But that's all right. I mean, obviously, I'm sure there's reasoning behind it. Plath does cover hooker if Grant goes down or anything like that, so maybe they want him a bit fresher in case of that. I don't know.
Probably would have just started Finney instead of Nickera as well, but
Yeah, I would have done that too.
Yeah, but I think they're pretty interchangeable, right? Nickera probably has a little more experience in the stage than Fine Fuyaki, so I don't know. I think, again, for me, they're kind of like first world problems, right? Like, they're not actually bad. They've not made a massive error like the counterpart across the ditch. But yeah.
that's it.
Across the ditch.
How do we feel about the dropping off the back of Hamole's terrible game one game?
Or his terrible game on the weekend where he ran for 266 metres, 143 of them were post-contact. Terrible game.
Absolutely shocking.
But don't worry, because Dylan Lucas is playing some brilliant football. So that just makes up for it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have dropped him. I don't hate starting Dylan Lucas, though, to be honest.
Yeah, it's not the worst decision, but it's just like, what did Hamole do? Like, yeah. Anyway.
You probably don't carry Hamole on the bench, though. Like, I can kind of understand the thinking there. I mean, you're not going to play him through the middle. I don't think they would. And so there's no point really having a specialist edge on your bench when you have Victor Radley and Cam Murray. So
That's silly, though. Why not? Why do they need... I don't know. I just feel like there should be room for him on this bench. There should be room for him. Maybe no. I was going to say AFB could drop off, but I think you kind of need at least one big body. I don't know. I mean, I drop off Victor Radley, but they love Victor Radley, so they're not going to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be interesting to see if AFB even plays.
I think it will.
He will. I reckon.
Yeah, because obviously they
A
had
little bit better than Saifidi.
Yeah, just a touch.
Yeah.
Oh, I see from that point of view.
But yeah, that he becomes that Saifidi role. So pre the HIA obviously for the shot from Kalen on Kohler.
The disgusting shot.
They might have
Filthy shot.
They might have used Saifidi, do we think? I'm actually interested to hear your thoughts on that. Would they have used Saifidi if they didn't? But they still had the interchange extra because it was foul play. And they didn't. So
Probably not.
is AFB going to play?
I reckon they may not have used it. But
I mean, Yo did play like an extreme amount of minutes, so there's a chance I think that maybe he doesn't play quite so many this time.
Guess we'll see.
Yep.
Alrighty, just into team lists.
Yeah, let's do
Let
it.
me pull them up. That's the Origin team. That's not news. Rightio, Thursday night. Thursday night, Rabbitohs versus the Broncos. There's obviously a lot of Origin changes. So Hayes Parham's coming at fullback. Verhoeven's coming into the centres. Tom Duffy keeps his spot at 5'8", with Ezra Mam having some well-deserved time out the side. Jack Gusevsky comes into the front row, and Jordan Ricky returns to the second row. For the Rabbitohs, Talis Duncan into the centres with Campbell Graham out for another calf injury for another 4 weeks. Poor bugger. I think this all looks like mostly the same Rabbitohs team otherwise.
I just had something to highlight for you guys. Rabbitoh's bench really weak. Does that mean Keon might have to play closer to 60 or 70 minutes this week? I'm
Maybe.
not seeing a lot of middles. They've got Bronson Garlick, obviously hooker, Humphreys and Sullivan, who are both halves.
This John Riddell's a prop. I just seen. Don't know anything about this. Dane
I think
Jennings.
given the opportunity, I think Keon Kalomatangi is probably playing a few more minutes over John Riddell.
Johnny Reds.
And then shout out Big Jai Arrow in the 23.
Going to Jairo. maybe it is a big Keon minute game. Yeah, I think that's probably a decent analysis. Yeah. Brendan Biakura. He's got a very low break even this week. Covers 15 and 18.
Yeah, I think he's pretty highly brought in. I don't know. I actually haven't looked at the numbers, but I remember seeing it. I think it was the players not in your team brought in. It was like number 3 or something like that.
Yeah, he's somewhat bought in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy, 1%, 1.4. Anyway, I think it's a bit of a trap, the Piacora play, to be honest. I think if you look further than last week into the week before, he got a pretty low score.
Yeah.
Like very low base. So
he's good for it, Brendan.
Try assist dependent, I reckon. But I was interested why they played Verhoeven in the centres over like a Jesse Arthurs and just hide one of the two of Verhoeven or Philip Coates on the wing.
Yeah, probably a bit of a statement of confidence in Verhoeven then. Maybe he just thinks he's got a job in him, which would be cool.
Yeah, it'll be a good watch.
All right, Friday night, Dolphins versus the Roosters. This Roosters team's been completely ravaged with 7 Origin players out. So Ramsey comes in at fullback, Reece Foley and Egan Butcher into the centres, Tommy Talau with Billy Smith on the wing. Savala finally starts in the halves with Cherry Evans. Connor Watson starts at 9. Figetti starts at 13. And this bench is just all over the place. Pretty weak Roosters side. And for the Dolphins, minimal changes. Tavita Nafahu comes in for Cobbo. And Kafusi comes into the front row for Flegler. And Morgan Knowles comes in for Max Blythe. So
JMK obviously goes to start as well, yeah.
So lots of change for both sides here.
Orion Keeley, the other one to note, because Finney is obviously an Origin.
Yes, of course, him as well.
I would say, though, like-for-like swaps, I think the Dolphins on paper look a lot stronger, taking out their Origin stars than obviously the Roosters. I mean, the Roosters' spine has basically been ravaged. DC, the only starting spine member there, so... Honestly, I think you'd be stupid to not throw a VC on a Dolphins player this week, whether that's Jermaine, Herbie, or Bostock. I think they're all pretty good options. I mean, Herbie's the one that screams out the most, but I wouldn't be angry at anyone for taking a punt on the other two. I think, I don't know about you guys, I can see this going very badly for the Roosters.
I still think this Roosters forward pack is better than the Dolphins forward pack.
Yeah, I think the forward pack's where the Dolphins take the most hit. Really?
Naf Wyatt, Spencer, Crichton, Wong versus Kafusi, Molo, Lemuelu, Keeley. But like the back seven's like ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like a full NRL back seven apart from Nafahu versus a full New South Wales Cup back seven except for Cherry Evans.
Tavita's pretty goated.
Tavita is just like Tavita. An NRL level player. Like I wouldn't say he's...
I think he's pretty comfortable tier below. I think the fact that they brought in Cobbo speaks volumes about my boy Tavita, to be honest. But I don't know. I think I agree with you that a VC Herbie or a Jermaine or a Bostock kind of just has to happen. I think it's just too good an opportunity.
Yeah. Will you guys be looking for a bit of a pottier route or just stick it on Herbie?
I'm filling Herbie at the moment. It's just too safe. He didn't even get any attack last week, got 80.
Yeah, I think that's the one.
Whereas Jermaine scored and kicked a bunch of goals and got 80 as well.
Although on the other hand, I'm kind of thinking Terrell May, so it's like you just have the safe and then the punt because Terrell's probably going to get 80 anyway.
Yeah. I've been strongly considering Asako. I think they're going to score a lot of points, which means he's going to have a lot of goal kicking. He could easily get towards 80 and goal kicking alone, and then if he gets a couple of tries, all of a sudden he's at 100.
Just depending on whether the pill goes that way, I guess.
80 and goal kicking alone.
Well, obviously with base, I should say, but...
Look at his base.
Yeah, it's not great, but...
It's not great.
Either way, I think, I don't know, Jermaine Asako has the higher ceiling, I think. Like, he could easily get 150 in a game, they obliterate, but Herbie, obviously, probably the way lower floor, in the sense that he's probably going to get 80 to...
And this is coming from a man that has the VC on Herbie in me, but I'm just wondering if you've got that safe backup in Terrell. Do you just go for it?
Yeah, you definitely can. But
I feel like I'd almost argue that Herbie has the higher ceiling. He's got an average of 71 in base. All it's going to take is him to score a try, and he's going to get 100. If he scores 2 tries, he's going to get 140. I feel like you might have a bit more levels to go, to be honest.
Yeah, okay. Maybe what Jermaine makes up in goal kicking, Herbie makes up in just base.
I think that's kind of just how it is.
Yeah. So can't knock it. If you want to go a bit potty, I'll probably go to Asako if you own, and then I reckon just whack it on Herbie otherwise.
Jermaine's average base is 32 points less than Herbie.
Yeah.
So like if they blow him out, that's basically just the goal kicking leveling it out.
My only thing is that with no Fine Fuiaki, do they just go out the back all day on that right edge.
I feel like they kind of have been doing that anyway. Yeah.
Do that anyway.
Anyway.
But yeah, I think either's a good choice.
Yep. Sharks versus the Warriors in New Zealand, 5:30 on Saturday. I believe there's not many changes to the Warriors team apart from Fisher Harris is out. I think he might be injured for about a month, I heard someone say. Stower Smith comes into the starting side, and Halasima is still out with some kind of mystery hamstring injury. So Nick Corey comes into the starting side. Yeah. Yeah, both players who were in my team. It's really interesting.
Subject to fitness test, though, so don't worry, lads. He's coming back.
Super interesting. For the Sharks, looks like mostly an unchanged team from last week because obviously the Sharks are a poverty side who don't have any Origin players.
Billy Burns comes in and Jesse Calhoun.
Yeah, who's that for, actually? Jesse Calhoun.
That's for AFB.
AFB, we've got
Billy Burns for Nicker, obviously.
Yep. I think Billy Burns he's basically a starter anyway at this rate.
Yeah.
And then, obviously Peru keeps his spot at halfback with Nicker Hines still out. Tamari Martin does keep his spot with Metcalf named in the reserves.
I think that's almost enough for me to green light. I don't think, obviously, if you already have him, that's great. I don't. And I just think with how Purdue's been running, maybe it's time to just finally pull the trigger and consider maybe bringing him in. If he's going to start, you just hold him till 18, let him get a bunch of cash, cover all your buys, basically. And then obviously he turns into Nico beautifully in 18. So, I think it's green light for Tamari Martin. I think he's done enough to warrant that spot and holding it down for a while. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think props to Webby for keeping Tamari in the side because I know there was a bit of talk when he first put Tamari in that Metcalf was overdoing a medical health, whatever it's called, with the Dragons.
Yeah.
And then he's like, he'll come back into the side when he's trained and good to go. But if Tamari's doing the job, then props to him for just going with what's working, to be honest, and having the backbone to keep Metcalf out of the side.
Yeah, and I'm not faulting anyone that went him 2 weeks ago. I just wanted to buy the one extra team list, and I know I've lost out on a bunch of money with that, but now I probably have...
Yeah, you've gotten Cleary
points. 136k, but you did get Cleary points.
Yeah, so now I have the security to know that he will actually hold that at least long enough term. And they have pretty good matchups for the next couple of weeks. Looking over at your laptop, Dan, it's Sharks, Dolphins, and Cowboys. So there's going to be points in those games, especially with how well the Warriors have been doing.
Yeah, definitely.
And then obviously considering a nice trade to Nico in 18. So, yeah.
Tell you what, I reckon there's a chance he's a decent hold longer term because after the bye, they go Tigers, St. George, Bulldogs, Titans.
Oh, yeah.
So if he's looking good, I reckon there's a chance you hold him until 23 because you can obviously play him at 5'8".
I mean, Fletcher Sharp could also disappear after their soft run if I wanted to. I don't know. There's options because I have Campbell as well, obviously.
Whatever it is. I reckon there's a chance. If he's looking good enough, I reckon I could hold him through to 23.
23, yeah. Yeah, that's definitely fair.
Yeah.
All right. Saturday night, Eels versus the Raiders. What a Saturday night game that is. Parramatta looks like mostly the same team as last week. Luca Moretti starts. Tuolungi Katonga in the second row. Jack DeBellin comes in at 13. Yeah, that looks like the Parramatta side to me. For the Raiders, Jed Stewart starts on the wing with Savage, so Tamale out of the side.
Yeah, HIA.
Yep. Dane Laurie gets the 6 jersey for Ethan Strange. Corey Horsburgh and Taps in the front row. Jalen Brelly back to 13. And Hosking with Mariota in the second row. Looking like Hosking might just have that spot for a decent while. And Sungi looks like he might still be another 3 weeks. I think it might
something like that. I think
Noah Martin is now the immediate risk. And I think last predicted I saw was 16, but we'll wait and see because obviously a bit of a rough injury to both ankles. So obviously that might be longer than that. We'll wait and see. But
I think he got surgery on one, if not two. So
it was both ankles.
Yeah, both ankles. Yeah. So I think, but that was a while ago. So I don't know. I think Zach Hoskins a fine hold until you see the team list where he's not starting, basically.
If I'm going to be honest, if I'm Ricky, I don't think I'm rushing back a young Noah Martin just to get back in the side over
I kind
Hosking.
of agree.
Hosking's just doing the job.
And if you were going to rush him back, it would be this week, not next week when Hudson Young will back up. So
yeah. So if you got Hosking, no problem, no dramas there. But I wouldn't buy it 601k or whatever it is. So.
Yeah, I saw him in the sort of list of higher traded in players this week. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I think you missed that one, guys.
Yeah, you've missed that one now. Maybe you haven't. It's Para this week into Melbourne, St. George, and 17. Is it worth of just that 3 week stretch?
No, I guess it's not bad.
I don't think it's worth it with how low everyone is on trades though. So
Yeah, fair.
That's the only sort of.
Probably fair enough. But yeah, I agree. An indefinite hold until you see him drop out of a team list. Final game of the round, Sunday 4 p.m, Tigers versus the Titans. Taylor May comes back into the side in the centres with Stafford Toa, Makasini moving to the wing, and Taruva moving to the wing as well. Wow, so what, is that correct in saying they're starting centres from last week and now they're starting wingers?
Yep. And their
yes.
starting wingers have both been dropped.
That's good stuff. Jock Madden keeps his 7 jersey. It looked like he had a bit of a elbow or shoulder issue in that game, but he seems to be all right.
Yep.
Latu Finau starts at 9, Tony Sukar in the second row, and Sione Finau at 13. For the Titans, Taumapia back onto the wing, with obviously Fafita dropping out. De Groot and Bremo in the centres. And Cleese comes into the front row for Tino. And Arama Howe starts in the second row again. Yes, Arama Howe. Yeah, that's it. Bit of an uninspiring game.
Finally, got your good matchup with Makasini finally back on the wing against a poorer side.
Against the Titans as well, yeah, that kind of
Had him
lined up
in.
really nicely. Yeah, well, because I was making the one trade to get, I think I
Osaka.
have 14 now.
Osaka, right?
Yeah, but I'm just thinking about my numbers. I think I have 14 now.
Yeah.
I have to double check. Yeah, but so yeah, I'm actually quite happy that worked out well because Hamasi in the centres is infinitely worse than the wing, I think. Although he played a pretty poor game against maybe the Broncos on the wing, and then he got injured that match. So I don't know. We'll see how he goes, but definitely low on confidence. But if he can just chag a good try, even 2, that'd be unbelievable. But yeah,
Especially as well, I think, considering that he's now outside Taylor May again, who just does wonders for him. I think you're probably grinning if you held Makasini.
it's genuine roulette with their wing, with like
Yeah.
Benji's wingers, eh?
Yeah, the Tigers back five's been all over the place.
And I saw Patrick Herbert's back this week as well on the bench. So then does Stafford Toa keep that spot if they lose? Like, I don't know what's going on.
I saw an Instagram clip of Israel Folau wanting to join the West
seen that,
Tigers,
yeah.
and I thought it was like fake. But then like people talked about it on podcasts this week, so
I think it's genuine because he's trying to get a spot at the Perth Bears for next year.
oh, is he actually?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Far out.
He's like 37.
Yeah.
To be fair, like I thought he was like that's pretty old, eh?
Yeah.
An outside back.
If I was Perth, I'd just do it just for the media attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, sign him and don't even play him.
No, you play him like the first
One-
game of the season,
Yeah.
and then you never play him again.
Just wait till you have like
The Edric Lee's about it, eh?
the Tassie News.
Yeah.
There's a few of those. Oh, yeah.
Lovely. That's team list done for another week. Let's move into our main segment. So yeah, just going to be talking about the Origin team list basically, and the winners and losers from a Supercoach perspective. So the guys who got included that maybe have messed some people's teams up, the guys who've been left out that might be an additional handy number for this week. Let's start with the losers because it's easier to just look at the teams.
Yeah, definitely.
So probably the main loser, Dylan Lucas. We were not expecting him to start
No.
in this team at all. So I think people were eyeing up around 16 by.
I know I was.
Um,
Dragons.
They are now playing Friday 8 p.m. So that's 2 days after Origin.
Yeah.
I feel like if Dylan Lucas plays 50, 60 minutes,
Well, I just think he'll play 80, right? Even.
I don't think he'll play 80. I'm pretty confident he'll come off at some stage.
I mean,
Bradley will go
Hamole
to the
wouldn't
edge.
have except for the cramp.
I don't know. I feel like there's a sub there for the second rows, but it doesn't matter anyway. Whatever it is,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm pretty confident he won't play Friday night. So, and then 17, they verse whoever it is, Tigers, whatever. And then 18, if he gets picked again, he won't play, even though the Knights play in 18, which would have been a handy number. What are we thinking around Lucas?
Yeah, he's well off the radar for me. I don't even think I'll even go near him, to be honest, because there's just so much volatility and anything can really happen there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if at all, it would be a trade in 18 if he doesn't get named.
Yeah, if he escapes the team, but I feel like well, you actually don't know with Laurie,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, true. But given his current price after 2 massive scores and considering he's scored 1 million tries this year, I don't think I'm rushing to get him in.
yeah, we just did that Tour F keeper sort of ranking. Was that last week or the week
Yep.
before?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he pumps down the list for me now. Like his price is going to be high, and you can kind of look for Huddy Young at the exact same, well, not the exact same price, but like a similar sort of price. You don't have much to go up from. And then if Hamole drops out of the side in 18, is a strong number for that round as well.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's just if you buy him in 17 now, then you're risking him getting named in 18.
Not
And if
playing
you-
19.
Right. And I don't actually know when their game is.
I think it's a pretty good backup.
You think it's a good backup?
Because I remember looking at it for Ponga
Yeah,
earlier
that's
in the
probably right.
Origin series.
It's a Sunday game.
Okay, so you will.
I think it's a decent chance to play that game. But then if you wait and you go for him in either 18 or 19, he's going to cost you like almost 800k. So break even at 27, already at 734k.
Yeah.
So tough times for Dylan Lucas non-owners, to be honest. Another loser, Reece Walsh.
Yep.
We thought it could happen. Just kind of as the week went, my confidence that it may happen kind of grew, to be honest. Yeah.
I mean, it was really just Ezra Mann being terrible, right? More than Reece Walsh being great.
I don't even know. I don't think Billy
picked him in
would
game
panic
one
that much. Yeah, that was what I was thinking as well. Billy picked Ezra in game one, and just Reece didn't do anything in those two games to warrant getting picked, in my opinion. But Billy does Billy things. Maybe he literally just thought he was just a little underdone for game one, and would have picked him anyway. But I don't know what the halves cover is there now. Like Ponga to half.
Yeah, I think that's
Walsh to half
I
apparently.
think that's probably a Ponga and a half.
Yeah.
I think halves rarely go down, to be fair.
Yeah. True.
That's a pretty tough one. So it just feels like, we'll probably get there later, but Walsh, you'd imagine he'll play game 3 now as well.
Yeah.
He'll miss 4 of the next 5 weeks. It's a lot. It is a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
And also the game you would play in 17 is against the Roosters. So it's like, we're not versing St. George there.
No, it's not. It's not a really good. Well, we can't beat them anyway. But
clearly. That doesn't even matter.
Maybe we have more chance against the Roosters.
Yeah. Were you about to say something else, Evan? I thought I felt words about to come out of your
I
mouth.
was just going to say it feels a bit rough on someone like Jake Clifford to not get on the side when we have fullback cover in the hammer, who's actually really good. So anyway,
yeah.
I understand the thinking, and I know he's probably the long-term fullback for Queensland, so getting him in camp, getting him around the boys.
Really? When you say long term, what do you mean? Because Ponga's not old.
Yeah, but he's so injury risk. Like, he has so much injury risk that, like, yeah, I don't know. Obviously, there was talk about him having to medically retire from HIAs as well. So, I don't know. I just think he will be the long-term fullback eventually. He's just
In
like
2033.
Nah, not that long away.
I think we also forget that Reece Walsh was the best man in the comp,
Last
6-7 months ago. So
Valid.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think they're just bringing him in for the experience and stuff. Like, it's very rare that he'd have to play anyway. But yeah,
I think he's there for break glass in case of emergency.
I mean, the other break glass in case of emergency would be Max Python the halves, who would do a job.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
I don't hate that either.
So yeah, I mean, he basically plays in the halves at times for the Dolphins because, especially when Jake Avarillo was in the halves, he was kind of in no man's land half the time. So yeah.
Maybe Billy's kind of thinking if he doesn't have to waste an interchange on like a centre, maybe he doesn't have to chuck Kurt Capewell out there and just keep the hammer and stop messing up those edges if that was what was going to happen again.
Yeah.
Which I don't hate that. Hammer could probably shut some of those things down more with its speed. So
Yeah.
I guess.
We were very vulnerable when we went out there.
Yeah. Anyway.
Other big news from the team list. Casey McLean comes into the centres, the starting centres. Stephen Crichton ruled out with, I believe it was some kind of shoulder complaint.
Yeah.
So yeah, Casey now a starter. You'd imagine similar to any of these Penrith players, they're not going to back up against the Titans. I can't see if they back up against the Titans. I'll seriously be gobsmacked.
That's bizarre.
None of them backed up against the Warriors.
Yeah.
Well, Casey, yeah. That's
He didn't play. He barely played.
Yeah, and that's the thing as well. I think people will expect him to back up because he did in the past. He only played like 25 minutes or 23 minutes
like
or something in the last state of origin. If he plays a whole game at centre, there's no way he backs up,
I'll be
especially
floored.
with the ankle complaint from the weekend as well. I think there's...
No, I don't think there's any chance next to zero.
Why would you play Cleary, Tor, any of them?
I'm interested to hear your thoughts then, Dan, because is he a trade?
Yep.
A trade out?
Yep.
Yeah, because I'm seriously considering him instead of Chester this week to spoil more trades a bit. So trading him out instead of Chester.
Cue the ad of the Mexican kid. If you know, you know. But we'll get there later.
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know.
You're
Maybe I'm not
joking.
thinking.
You know, right?
I don't know. It might have gone over my head.
Oh, boys. Okay, never mind. Then we'll get there later. Far out.
Sorry to do you a disservice.
Nah,
TV.
mate. Nah, it's whatever. Who's the other big loser? Oh, yeah, Finifuiaki.
Yeah.
Just look at my team, actually. Who's a loser? Fina Fuyaki comes onto the bench. And honestly, fair play to him. I think he deserved it for game 1. I think it's about time he got there for game 2.
Yeah. It's just unfortunate that both Walsh and Finney. Oh, no, you don't have Walsh.
That's him.
Yeah, that's him.
That's me.
Who was the other one? You just had Hines out and stuff, yeah.
Oh, this isn't a feel sorry for Daniel.
No.
That's all right.
Yeah.
But Fina Fuyaki, to complement his pretty average form, is now going to miss this game, and you'd imagine that game 3. So,
Would say the thing I'm sort of, I don't know, I'm actually weirdly happy about it because I think if there's any way to kick him back into form,
yeah, you did say this.
it's running with some of the best in the comp in training, etc. Like he's gonna get, I think he'll get minutes in the game, obviously, which I think we all assume. But I just think the stage, like players often come back way better from Origin. I think about Harry Grant, like suddenly 2 weeks before Origin when he knows it's looming and he wants a spot, turns into Superman. Munster, same thing. Like I think this Origin stage sets players up, and I think coming back from Origin to the Dolphins side, he's going to be a wealth of experience, especially running around with Billy Slater, who's probably one of the best coaches at the moment. I think that'll do wonders for him. So as much as I am sad that he's not going to play 15, 18 and be that solid number, firstly, if Carrigan's back, is there still a chance he doesn't play 18? I don't think Carrigan will be back in time.
Apparently Carrigan's ruled out, but I don't know. You never know. He could be back.
Yeah, I think there was a complication with his injury, but because the first heard 4 weeks and then it's actually longer now. So
Yeah.
But either way, if he doesn't land on the bench in 18 and they have the Knights and McDonald Jones with no Ponga, and obviously he's played a game of Origin, I think he'll be back and firing.
Could be running at no Dylan Lucas as well.
Yeah, but I think
Fletcher Hunt.
either way, looking at the rest of their season, after 19, he's basically just a hold. Their run is soft. And
I would have said the exact same thing for Dogs, Souths, Raiders, Cowboys.
Yeah, and I know.
And he averaged 55.
Yeah, I know there's down games, and I think they've looked out the back of it, but I think they'll eventually resort back to using him properly.
Yeah. Anyway, if he could get his form up, that would be good.
Yeah, I just want to see that base power increase for probably this Tigers New Zealand game, because if he's named to play Origin in 18 and he's looking bad, I think I could pretty easily cut.
He might turn into Molly.
There are so many second rowers.
Yeah.
So many.
Yeah. But the best part about it being a non-owner is if he does turn into a keeper, just buy him for cheap.
Yeah, he is looking pretty cheap at the moment.
Yep.
And his break-even's in the 80s. Yep. I think that's the main losers that got named that either weren't expected or weren't last time.
Yeah.
I mean, Teddy and Ponga still named. That's going to be tough for people, especially since we said Ponga, there's no chance he backs up. I don't reckon anyway.
Can I raise you a raging Mark Norgan?
Oh, sorry. I knew there was one I forgot.
Yeah.
That one hurt. Was probably going to be brought in by a significant amount of coaches this week.
Pretty funny because we were obviously talked about it when we record the podcast, and obviously the news of Mark getting brought in and Stephen Crichton out had not aired yet. And then I obviously edited the podcast and put it up, and everyone knows about it already. But we're all saying, "Oh, Mark's going to be the most traded in player this week." Makes us look like geeks a little bit, but nah, that's obviously why we said Mark was still a buyer, but he's definitely not a buyer now that he's not going to play. Because he's in the top 19, on the actual extended bench rather than actually dropping out and going back and doing what Fini Fuyaki did last round. He is not going to do that. So, yeah. Oh, did you hear? Apparently the Broncos asked for an exemption to play Walsh this week.
I saw that.
Pretty funny. That was never going to happen.
Yeah, that swiftly got shut down, I'm pretty sure.
I'm blown away they bought him, Mark, to be honest.
Yeah.
Does Tom Jenkins, not
enough.
exist?
Yeah.
What we doing?
No, I'd play Mark over Jenkins, I think.
I mean, it's an extended bench spot, so who really cares?
Yeah.
But, I mean, I also just kind of think into it. I'm like, Mark's going to rugby next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you not?
Can we just put Jenkins in there? But, yeah, whatever.
Just touching on our point from Monday as well, we were talking after the podcast, and obviously this is all now hindsight hero because Mark's been picked for Origin. But I really liked the trade-in of Osako over Mark this week. Mark had still a pretty decent break even, and obviously they've got no spine members at all. Yeah. So I was kind of hoping to antipod Mark for a week, let him get sort of maybe 50 to 60, maybe one try, but I think the Dolphins could blow them out of the water. And I was really liking the trade-in of Jermaine. Now it just seems everyone's going Jermaine. Like we said before, 6% ownership change for Jermaine, and I think that'll only increase obviously lockout. So I'm a little bit disappointed in that because I was really hoping to get not a pod Jermaine, because I know a lot of people have him, but I guess in a week where everyone was scrambling to trade Markin after his big score, could have been a nice time to pick him up and maybe get a few points up in the rankings there as a result of making a different trade, but that's all right.
Just brace yourself for Jermaine, everyone. There's lots of bad weeks in him.
Oh, absolutely.
Is there any other losers that I've forgotten?
No, I think that's the list I saw.
Excellent.
Goodness.
Winners.
Winners.
Jackson Ford
Yep.
continues to escape selection, and New Zealand have no forwards.
When does he? They have one forward.
If Tanistow Smith is starting in your front row, you are on the ropes.
Yeah, but just look at the other front row. Like he's definitely a forward.
Oh, okay. It's pun central.
All right.
Let's again.
When do New Zealand play on? Oh yeah, they play on the Saturday. Yeah, after the Dolphins. So yeah, dude, honestly, straight C forward, lads. Or what?
It's a tough decision between forward and May, to be honest.
Oh, surely forward.
I think it's really tight. I think
absolutely no chance he could play less than 70 minutes. Surely. Like May's going to play 80, but if it's the Titans, like think about the low base game that we had last week.
Yeah.
If I was you guys, 100%.
I think it's
I
much
wouldn't
of
think about
I
it.
think it's much of a muchness, to be honest. I think they'll both be.
I mean, yeah,
Good.
they're probably going to get like 80 to 100.
I think that's.
100.
I think so.
The only appeal for forward is maybe a try. He's more likely to score than Terrell May, but I also think Terrell May is more likely to get power. So I don't know. Basically, yeah, I agree. I think it's like for like.
I think it's very tight.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter too much. Everyone's got a big dog in front row this week, you'd think.
As well.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I was thinking at the start of the week I was going to VC Wilson and Captain Terrell May just have two swings
Nice.
at like an 80 to 100 score, but I was like, nah,
That'd be pretty funny.
that's just sit down to P areas as a wild SC Matrix would say.
That'd be pretty funny. The next winner is Ben Clark, who held Taylor May just like honestly just for vibes. And he's just been named in the side this week, which is that's pretty handy.
It was very handy considering it's now saved me a boost to bring into that.
Yeah, that's
team.
actually awesome. That's a big result.
It's actually a game changer. I should be happy for you, but I'm salty as hell.
That's good. I'll just speak on it quickly because I mean it's pretty rogue having held Taylor May this long, but I just didn't have a great choice at centre wing to trade him to, and I had other pressing matters to do, and I was strongly considering going him to Ronaldo in 16 was my talked about point, but then Nico didn't get named, and I got cold feet on that. In 14, so I would have got his big score last week, but I'm really happy I didn't because now I have a playing Taylor May who could easily just continue his incredible form from his pre-injury. Obviously, the risk is there with being injured recently, but
Well, you get injured or a low base match, but you'd think against the Titans he's probably going to score a try.
even his low base matches, he seems to pick up a try or a try assist and still scrounge a 50. So I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
it's
think
not the end of the world.
yeah, I don't think he's. Yeah. Anyway, I'm very happy he's back, especially against the Titans. I don't think he's a season keeper for me, but I need to see like a couple of hundreds in a row for a season.
Very handy for these buy rounds though.
But absolutely not complaining. I'll put the hand up and say that was very fortunate timing because I was looking at playing with 12 and then a wild Taylor May appeared.
Cool.
Pretty keffy.
Next winner. Can anyone think of one on the top of the head? Just spit them out.
Yeah, let me give you some.
Just spit them out.
I guess Cody Ramsey playing fullback this week.
Yeah,
Probably
that's a good one.
I guess it is Supercoach relevant, actually. I was about to say it wasn't. But,
No, I think there's a lot of people who still have it.
Yeah, a lot of people would still have him. So, solid number for you this week. Playing out the back, probably going to rack up some base. You never know, could jag a try or whatever. But obviously, we said that the Roosters will struggle this week. I guess we predict. But yeah, honestly, not too bad.
Who's
I know another winner.
who's going to goal kick for the Roosters just quickly?
Who knows? Who cares?
Like,
Probably Chaz.
Yeah, does Ches kick?
No, Ches doesn't kick.
He's a bad kicker, but he'll probably kick.
Or would Ramsey kick? Is there a chance?
I got no
maybe
clue.
maybe goal kicking Ramsey.
I don't know if he's a goal kicker.
I don't know.
Oh no, I know who it is. Spencer Leniu.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Jokes. That's propaganda. lads.
Centres
No
Egan
one's-
Butcher.
I legitimately just had a vision in my head of CY1 goal kicking, but I don't know if I've just created that.
I think you just created that.
I know an actual winner though, Hamole Olakawatu.
Yeah, nice.
So the poor bugger can't make it onto the Origin bench, but it does mean he will be nice and fresh to play that Manly game in 16. He cost 784k, but with a 39 break even, It feels like he's probably worth it.
Yep.
Against the Dogs, then he goes Melbourne. This draw is actually disgusting. If he misses Origin selection again, Parramatta in 18, Cowboys in 19, Titans in 20. I think I might be wheels up on Hamole next week.
I agree, funnily enough.
All it's going to take is him to get like an 80 or a 90 or something, and he's going to be low 800Ks.
All we need is Dylan Lucas to just have a solid performance. In Origin, which I know he'll put out, be sound defensively, run the ball a fair bit, and I think all of a sudden he's into that squad. So
Hamole's last 5 scores are 88, 108, 57, 130, 96.
yeah,
And just his runs have just been absolutely disgusting. Apart from that Broncos game where they were down, it's just a comfortable 30 to 40 points in runs every single week. The tackle busts are off the charts.
making tackles as well.
Yeah, the tackle busts are off the chart, and he's been breaking tackles. Yeah.
No, sorry, making tackles.
Oh, making tackles. Oh, that did wig me out, to be honest.
No, I'm not that.
Yeah, he hasn't had another game because there was obviously that infamous Dolphins game where he got 128 despite making 6 tackles. He hasn't had another one of them since.
No.
So he's always been in that kind of 20s, 30s. So his base power just looks great, and he's a genuine attacking weapon.
Yeah.
Like, they're running shape off him. Yeah. So
I think you'll want him by the end of the season. If you bring him in next week, I wouldn't.
You're having a gamble.
I wouldn't count him as a set player for 18.
yeah, you're having a gamble.
But I do think you'll want him anyway, for especially looking at those last bar New Zealand in the last round, Dolphins, Newcastle, St. George. He's going to be in and around that at the end of the season. I think you'll just want him for the run home, basically.
It's a gamble regarding 18, but if you're a peasant like me in the 30,000s, it's time to have a gamble. So I've got my eye on Hamole for next week. Other winners? Anyone pop into mind?
He's not really a winner at this point, but Terrell May.
Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason he didn't go him already. He is pretty much a must-have now. There's no Origin threat.
Yep, Terrell May's a must-have.
Just can't believe it, eh? I think, obviously he's probably not the greatest sort of media presence to have around your team, but he's that good of a player.
Didn't know we were picking a popularity contest. Thought we were picking a football team.
He's way better than probably any middle but Payne Haas in that team, right? Are we all in agreement with that he's better than Barnett, AFB, Victor Radley?
I don't think that's very unpopular.
The Blues front row I would have picked would have been May, Haas, forward. Like forward on the bench, that is. And Yo Murray. Maybe I'd do that. Yeah, I'd go Murray at 13 and Yo on the bench as well.
I can't remember what I said when we did our little predicted segment, but I don't even know if there's a space for forward, to be honest.
There may or not even be.
Yeah.
You definitely go Haas. You definitely go May.
Yeah.
You go Murray
Lock
at
them in.
13, and you probably go Yo on the bench, and then maybe fit in forward, or maybe
True.
not. Because I think he covers edge as well. Yeah, that's what I would do.
Oh, wait, no, he's not a known edge, though.
He's not a known. No, he doesn't play edge.
No,
he doesn't play edge. No.
But
Another person to talk about quickly, we forgot to talk about him losers. Obviously, Payne Haas coming into the side. So that means now he will only play 17 before the Penrith game in 20. So he'll have one more game. He'll have a break. He's got a break even of 49. So I reckon he'll be around the 660 mark.
Yep.
And then in Penrith, you snap him up for 660. Whether it's from Willison, whether it's from just whoever.
Yeah.
You're going to get an underpriced Payne Haas in round 20.
Bring him in as well. He's then going to be just a sound captaincy choice for the run home.
I don't know if you're captaining forwards by the time it's round 20, to be honest. I just think he's a set and forget.
Yeah, but absolutely, he doesn't have another doesn't have another bye from 19. So if you grab him, he'll play every week for you.
Yeah. That last 8 weeks, he will be coming in, certainly. Fantastic. I reckon that's everyone, gentlemen. Anyone, any last thoughts, any last things?
No, I think you've
not really.
basically summed it up.
Lovely. Time for the Physio Files then.
Absolutely. There's a bit to talk about this week, actually. It was quite interesting with all the injuries this week.
Has there been a lot of injuries?
Yeah.
Don't worry, mate. You don't have to pull up NRL Physio's page. Just direct your eyes over here.
Do you all right, perfect. Let's rip and tear into it. So obviously Clayton Fowler will go for scans after suffering a suspected hamstring injury. Still waiting to get confirmation on length there. But obviously that is not good news for him and owners who bought him in as a bit of a pod before Turbo came back. Jack Howarth has a quad contusion. Obviously wasn't named to start on the weekend as far as I'm aware and may still be out for a couple more weeks. Xavier Coates has a Achilles rupture at training, so he is now not going to play Origin at all for the rest of the season, which is really sad to see. Kalen Ponga went for treatment on his neck and shoulder post-game after suffering like a burner/cork sort of movement, which is not good news, but obviously back in Origin camp this week, so I think he should be fine. Wondering if that maybe affected the Reece Walsh in as well, if Ponga was needing treatment on that. Maybe there's a chance there. Royce Hunt will go for scans on a suspected pec injury. I've seen that he'll be out for months, but obviously there's no actual confirmation around that yet. Casey McLean had an ankle impingement on the weekend, but he's named for the Blues and should be good to go. Severity was not high for that. Now, a talking point, injury man of the season, Jaden Sewer, came back and did his pec.
We actually cursed him.
Yeah, tough old time for Jaden Sewer this season.
So, obviously no confirmation about a full or partial yet. Partial tear is 4 to 8, or a full tear is 10 to 14. So, really terrible news there. I think if he does tear his pec, he's basically not going to play the rest of the year at this stage of the season.
Yep.
So that's really sad to see. Stephen Crichton obviously got ruled out of Origin 2. He's got a grade 5 AC joint injury earlier in the season and has just been battling through it every week, probably with needles, which is a bit stupid considering he's the Blues starting center. I think the Blues would probably be hoping that they rested him 1 week, but the Bulldogs need to win games, so they've just been playing him through it. And then obviously, main talking point, Campbell Graham redid his calf. Obviously, he's expected to miss around a month, I believe, which means Latrell Seagull might stay in that team on a more permanent basis. That is about it. Obviously, there's a few HIAs this week. I know Tamale moves into concussion protocols despite passing a HIA on the weekend, so interesting to see there. And then obviously as well, there's a few other names like Chris Randall, etc. But other than that, not too many bad injuries this week.
Cool. Lovely. Let's get into our panic buys and sells. I am going to start with my... What do we start? We start with buy? Yes.
Sell.
We start with sell.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
No, I think we start with buy.
We definitely start with buy.
Okay.
Who did I say I was going to do? Oh, yeah. David Feeder. This is just a straight up warning to the masses. David Feeder on his return scored 65. Yeah, it's his return game, so maybe his bases are going to be a little bit lower. But 65 with a try and a line break. So, he got 16 points in runs. He made some tackles. 10 points in tackle busts. Cool. Quite a few errors. Yeah, I don't know about Dave, to be honest. I think it's time for your second row to start shaping towards the throbbers. David Feeder is nowhere near throbber tier. Not even close. Covers 15-18. Sure, that's fantastic. That's lovely. 18 is against Penrith, so we're not looking at an elite matchup there at all. Quite a good one against the Broncos this week, I guess. But I just don't think it's Dave's season at all. I'm not buying it. Although I've been wrong about everything this season, so maybe it'll be great. But I would put David Feeder at a 2. I think there's not great buys this week. Like we've looked through, it's pretty tough, but I think there's significantly better guys than for Feeder, to be honest.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think I completely agree.
Yeah, cool. And moves me on to mine. A significantly more popular buy than Dave Fafita. Jermaine Izako for me this week. So I honestly think he's just up there as a very strong buy if you don't have him. I know people floated around and we even might have said that you can't really have 3 Dolphins at CTW. I think that's changed completely. I think with the amount of people, the amount of bad buys there are this week and the amount of people that need numbers, it just kind of makes sense. The matchups there with the Roosters, and then he's obviously the floor isn't always there. You get some 40s and 50s around with Jermaine, just kind of goes a bit quiet on that right wing. But when he's on, you can jag a big score. It kind of levels out the average. So you just play him, set and forget if you are going that direction this week and need a number at CTW. Very strong and goes hand in hand with a sort of a Chester sell, because obviously we've been over his draw. This is the 2 major buys, and then the New Zealand and Penrith game in 16-17. Yep. But yeah, so to put a number on it, I'd say he's a very strong sell with the cattle, so probably like 8 to be honest.
Strong buy.
Yeah, strong buy with the people, the other buyers that are looming.
Yeah, there just isn't many other soldiers.
Yeah, pretty much.
I do have my questions about Jermaine, but whatever. It's got to bring in somebody who plays ideally both weeks, and he's looking good enough. You got the 178 against the Dogs. You got a big score against the Broncos. He's got a few 90s around there. His base has been down from what I'd want, to be honest. Like, he had some games in here where he's getting in the mid-30s for runs. He hasn't got that for quite a while now. But yeah, I think it's solid enough.
Yep.
Expensive buy though. Holy cow.
Yeah, but I think he's worth it. That'll lead me nicely onto my buy of the week, which is actually Ronaldo Mulitalo. So probably more of that sort of mid-range CT dub. I kind of just think you're a little bit stupid if you go with him rather than Jermaine. Obviously, he also has a high floor and is a try-scoring threat. But his 129 on the weekend included 2 tries and 4 line breaks. He's very rarely going to do that. And I think if you trade him in, you're almost kind of chasing points in some regards. Got a tough matchup against New Zealand this week. Then they go the Roosters, a bye, and the Broncos in 18. Now, I'm not saying the Broncos is a bad matchup for him, but obviously with no Nico Hines, I have my concerns about this weekend particularly. And I think Jermaine's just a better buy this week. Obviously had a 26 against Manly, in which he basically did nothing. That included basically all base and a bunch of errors. And then scored 80 with 2 tries against the Bulldogs, first game back from injury. The runs aren't looking too bad, like they are 30 plus, but he's obviously a winger, so he's not going to make tackles. And a base of 30 is not really that enticing for me. I think the benefit to Jermaine is he also has goal kicking. So, and quite a good goal kicker at that. It just sort of bumps him up to that sort of 50-point roughly base if he's getting about 30 in runs and then maybe 20 in goals a week. With the Dolphins flying, I think Jermaine's just a better buy there. But I would still put Ronaldo at a 4. I think you can do it, especially if your centre wing is like in shambles. You could definitely do Jermaine and Ronaldo this week.
Yeah, just get ready for some 20s and some 120s with Ronaldo. But yeah, you could definitely score big if you just time your run correctly.
Yeah. And I know people need numbers this week, but to be honest, I'd be willing to wait until Nico came back, to be honest. So, yeah, that's just how I sit with it.
Yeah.
Yep. Awesome. Moving back down the line, I guess I'll jump into my sell. My sell this week is Tom Chester. Now, I think he is quite low. I'm going to say around a 4. I understand trading out your Cowboys and your Storm this week. However, I do just think that there's better sells out there. Like Casey McLean is now a sell. Reece Walsh is probably now a sell. If there's either way you could keep them and put a centre wing at your flex, like I'd absolutely be doing that. Particularly because Chester's actually had a really good season. Obviously scored twice on the weekend for his 89, but he basically just finds a way to get points. He's had, other than the 27 where he got sin binned, he's basically had good games everywhere else, like a 54 and 43 being his lowest scores. Other than that, it's like mid-60s to 70. And obviously he's just kind of been doing the job. He just finds a way to get points, and it's never the same way, but I'm really happy having him in my team for now. And I think centre wing is a bit of a dumpster fire at the moment with a lot of good options in Origin, and the rest of the players not looking so great. So if you have Casey McLean or, I don't know, there's a few other options there that maybe I don't have that I'd consider selling, then you probably get rid of them before you get rid of Chester. So I can see if you do need to get Osako, and maybe you have sorted centre wing, maybe there's a case to sell, so I'll put it at a 4, I think.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
In his last 4 weeks, he's had base power under 45, 3 of the 4 games. 38, 64 is good. 44 and 37. I think he's just slowing down a bit. I think it is time to go, is my opinion. I think he's been bailed out by tries for the last few weeks. I think he's basically peaked. Well, not basically, he has peaked. I think 645K from 216K is a decent return. Yeah. He's made, 430K? Yeah. I'm happy to cut. Peace out, Chester. I think there are loads of better centre wings.
He might turn into Mark next week if Mark doesn't play a minute of Origin.
Or like a Jenkins.
Or Jenkins, yeah.
Yeah, whatever looks good.
Yeah, I could see the argument for both of those. But yeah,
I do agree with you, though, that you'd sell McLean before Chester.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool.
Your buy?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, sell.
So yeah, my sell is none other than Reece Walsh. Obviously being the only other owner at the table, other than Ben. Yeah, obviously he's just a sell. He plays one game out of the next 5 matches. I guess the only contention I have is like when you do it. You could either do it this round or obviously next, and then or 18 basically. So because my team is set up well enough and I have about 14 numbers this week, probably going to look to hold him for that 17 match and then play him in get rid of him in 18 just because it works out a little bit better. And there'll be better guys to go for in those buys rather than this week, in my opinion. So I think you got like options in Nico will be back hopefully by then. And then maybe even like I floated to the boys off air, like a Turbo's coming back potentially next week or the week after, and then he'll probably lose a bit of money for 18. So it's like you could go there if you want to get hurt, but obviously the run looks good. So if a flying Turbo isn't injured, then he's pretty close to a must-have. But obviously the injury risk always looms with Turbo. But in terms of the Reece Walsh sell and this week or impending other weeks, I think it's just like a 9, to be honest. Like you just can't really hold him for this period.
Yeah, I see your logic though. Since you have the numbers, you can cover.
Yeah,
But
I just don't really need.
You would recommend other people who are low. That's a cut spot.
Yeah, very easy place to find another number, and likely that he's going to be able to be your flex, so you can pretty much do him for any player. That's why it's just a 9.
I think his form just not being electric as well doesn't help the cause.
Nah, not at all.
And like if it does pick up, what's he currently priced at? They're outrageously cheap.
Oh yeah,
So
he's bottomed out for sure, but
yeah,
it doesn't help if he plays like 1 in 5 matches.
Does not help at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
I completely agree with you there.
I think it's fair.
I think you can trade him out this week, but I would definitely hold Ponga before I hold him. I think we're all in the same boat. And there's only so many people you can have at fullback. Like Ponga is not going to back up. If you have Sewer or if you have Tedesco and you think they're going to back up and you have 3 fullbacks, then you're going to need a flex that plays. So you might have to trade Reece next week or this week, depending anyway. So I think, yeah, it's time to part ways, unfortunately.
Yep.
It was a fun 2 weeks, but...
I mean, it wasn't that fun.
It wasn't that fun, was it?
Yeah, no, obviously not.
It was a stressful watch and then also a stressful open of the app when he's on 68.
Yeah.
I
Didn't even get many points.
I tell you what, I'm not bringing Turbo back in. I had him all of last season. He got injured twice.
No, see, that's why I held off the first time, so then I can get my like 1 Turbo hurting in the back end of the season, not 2.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to talk about Finafuiaki. Already flagged it before. I think my logic here is pretty simple in terms of I think there's just a pretty obvious player who basically everyone owns in second row who is a priority sell, which is Lasardi. So I say priority. I phrase that poorly. I think if you want to sell a second rower, you sell Lasardi over Finafuiaki. I think is my take at the moment. They're both kind of then falling into that same tier of starting to look a little bit fraudulent. They're both just regressing to like mid to high 50s, which yes, we're being snobby, but second row this year, it is time to be snobby. Players are scoring too big to just be like, oh, it's fine having these guys get 50 or 60 or whatever. So I still think, though, I've not been impressed with Finafuiaki. Not been impressed at all. I think I'd have him at around a 5 or a 6, but I still think Lasardi is a stronger sell. If I end up selling a second row this week, I think it will be Lasardi. Just because I want to have a little bit more look at Finafuiaki. I think he's got more of an attack appeal than Lasardi.
Yeah, fair.
So
fair.
I think that's my thinking.
And I think you want to hold on to Finney just in case Origin does kick him into that little gear. Like, you never know. And obviously, we know it. He has it in him. And we know Lasardi's base power is pretty good too. But it's like, is Lasardi a keeper? Probably not.
Yeah, they're both great, but it's time to be harsh. And I think eventually you've got to be harsh on one of them, if not both of them.
Yeah.
So I think Lasardi's probably the first cab off the rank, in my opinion. Well, you're an owner of both. Would you agree?
That Lasardi is more of a trade out?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. In fact, I, funnily enough, just changed my plans to get rid of Lasardi instead.
Oh, there we go. Instead of who?
I was going to trade out Lukey, but I can do it a different way.
Wow, I'd see. That's where I didn't even think of Lukey. I think Lukey's a stronger trade than both of them.
Maybe. I don't know.
I just think look at the Cowboys draw. I think,
Yeah, but I want Lukey there this week because then next week you can send into Molly.
Yeah, but isn't it the same difference either way?
Not really. Because I reverse something else. Anyway,
Okay, anyway, it's
I'll
fine.
explain it in my trades. In a second.
Okay, sweet. All good. So yeah, I'd say a 5 or a 6.
But
and I
yes,
think that is, unless you're going to say something.
I just was going to say I completely agree. Lasati is more of a trade.
Yep.
Yeah.
Panic buys and sells done for the week. Let's move into our trades and skippers. I am doing
Adam.
McLean to Jermaine. I don't love it, but whatever. Follow the crowd.
Well, don't follow the crowd.
Go Ronaldo, mate.
I'm not doing Ronaldo.
Hey, Ronaldo.
I wanted to do Mark because I really liked Mark. I did, but there's no other option now.
So you're saying if Mark wasn't picked, you'd go him over Jermaine?
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Tension.
I think just the fact that I don't want to own every single Dolphins player on earth.
Yeah, that's a good point.
A fact that he got 50 the other week when he kicked 6 goals. Like he's not a locked in. He's been averaging 80, but that's heavily pulled up by this 178. I don't know. Just whatever. Maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe he's
No, I think you're right.
better than it looks. He's averaging less than Bostock's average this season. How many games Bostock? Bostock's played 5 games now as well. That's a significant sample size. I don't know. I might be being harsh, but whatever. He's in now anyway, so I could either be... I'm a winner either way because either he gets me points or I can say I was right and he was bad all along.
Fair.
Second trade. So I'm only doing 2. I've currently, after that first trade, I've only got 11 playing players, and after a second trade I'm eventually going to do, I'll only have 12. I'm just leaving it there. I'm not going to have 13 this week. I don't even see a second good player I want to bring in, let alone a third. This isn't the week to tank my team. I think my strategy now is hold my injured guys, wait for everyone to return, and just hope I'm going to have a massive back end to the season. Like I'm just hoping Hines is going to come back, Chwal's going to come back, Finney will come back in post-Origin, Teddy will come back into form. All these people who people may have ditched, I'm hoping I'm just going to have that crux, and that's hopefully just going to bump me up.
Yeah, and to be honest, I rate that strategy, bro, because you're going to have all these players injecting back into your side without making a single trade.
That's the hope. So
I'll probably not a single, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. If I hold rank this week miraculously, that would be incredible. If it's a small red such as life, I mean, I copped 5,000 last week when I made 2 trades anyway, so it's not the answer. So the second trade, there's a couple options. What I've been looking at, or what my psychology was, trade out. It's probably a centering or a second row. That's probably the easiest place to do it. I'm looking for someone who plays ideally both weeks and has a low break even, so they can just be a small little cash cow and kind of propel me to one of the big dogs later. And I'll kind of show you the names I've been looking at because it's tough. It's tough going. Yeah, so he's one of them. The other one I looked at not playing 18. Jacob Laban has a negative 39 break even. I'm thinking if he can just get these next 3 weeks, make 150 to 200k if we're being super ambitious. If he nabs an attacking stat, and then in 18 he goes to someone else or whatever. Maybe it's 19 or whenever it is.
Yeah.
If he can just make that little bit of cash, that would be incredible. Other one who's looking the more realistic at the moment, Karapani. Now, do the Broncos know how to score points when Walsh isn't there? Probably not. But he did get 74 against the Titans without scoring. He got 3 line breaks. He got 37 points in runs. So I'm thinking it's not terrible. I mean, I'm not looking at elite players here. I'm just looking for someone who can just game me a little bit. Was also looking at Cody Ramsey. May not be too late to go Cody. Plays the next 3 weeks. So a little bit wishy-washy. I'm still not 100% sure. I've got to look at some more numbers. Probably be one of those kind of names I've said. And if it'll be Chester if it's a center wing, and it'll be Lasardi if it's a second row. So it'll be one of those kind of things. I'm still looking into exactly what I want to do there. But what do you think about that strategy generally? Do you think I've lost my head? Do you think I should? Is there something simpler I'm missing?
Nah, not really. If you don't like any of the players, there's no need to do
I
it.
kind of just want the cash because next week I want to go. This is why I think ideally it's a center wing because then next week I want to go Lasati to Hamole and someone else down here to Kiraz or Mark.
Yeah, so like Chester Perdue to Pilato,
One of them.
Yeah.
One of them.
Yeah. I don't think you've lost your head at all.
I think that is the thinking. So, yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
VC's captains. Is that what you're about to ask?
Yeah.
Were you going to say something else?
No, I think yeah.
I'm going to go VC Herbie and captain one of them.
It's a tough choice. By one of them, you mean
May or Ford.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say for now it's probably gonna be Ford, but it could easily be May.
Yeah, I think you're making a mistake either way.
Yep.
Yeah, there's no wrong answer really there.
No wrong answer there.
All right, on to me, just making the one trade this week, which was...
Soccer.
Oh, yeah, that's the one. I always look at it because I'm so familiar with my team by the time we get to Loopholes, but
Yeah.
no excuse. But yeah, bring in Asako for the injured Christian Tuipilotu so that he lasted one round in my team scoring. So that was awesome. Yeah, whatever.
This is the week that Cleary money is nice.
Yeah.
Like you can make money, whereas I don't have that luxury.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
can
going
just
to be
do
nice
whatever.
in 4 weeks when we have to bring him back in.
Yeah. No, it's not going to be nice at all. But at least we have the chance to nuff out by then.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, just doing that trade. I had 13 before trade, so now I have 14.
How good?
Yeah, looking pretty good. I always felt relatively set up for 15, so I'm pretty glad I get to reap the rewards. Not really much more to say. Guess I'm holding Walsh, but that could probably change next week. I think one of Chester or Walsh goes to I don't know, someone at Flex or whatever.
Maybe
or a winner.
both even. Mark and Kiraz in is not the worst. Little
Yeah,
double.
I won't be doing that.
Is Ford
I
the
reckon-
only person I own that you don't? Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to have a think about that.
So who are you talking to? Elliot?
Elliot.
Cody Walker, JC.
Like, no, the only one I own that you don't. 'Cause
Oh,
you've got
right,
loads
right,
of
right.
You got loads of points over
My
me.
bad, bro.
I think it is. I'm definitely captaining Ford.
Oh,
then.
yeah. Honestly, I'd if I had Ford, I'd captain
I'm
him,
definitely
I think,
captaining
without even
Ford,
a
dude.
second thought.
Wow, that's actually outrageous. You just spoke me this week, then.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I keep thinking of guys I have. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
But you
Interesting.
have Pasco.
Oh, wait, I've got Brandon Smith. Sorry.
Oh, you got Brandon Smith.
Super pod cheese.
He might play minutes this week. You never know.
He played like 25 minutes last
He's
week.
going to
I think.
move into the middle, though, because they don't have any middles. And Bronson Gall.
I think
bad
actually
point,
might
actually.
be good for a solid score this week, or like a
he
score you
played-
would take.
Played 47 minutes and got 29 points. Did not think it was that many minutes. Can't lie.
Yeah, but
Anyway,
it's-
sorry to make that about me, mate. Keep
No.
talking about what you're
It's
talking
okay,
about.
mate. It's okay. It's okay, Ashley Klein.
Good stuff.
All right. Yeah, so that just brings me to a halt on everything I need to talk about for trades. But VC and captain is, I think, just Herbie, to be honest, on the VC. I kind of like the matchup of either edge for the Dolphins. You obviously got Egan
haven't thought
Butcher
about that,
and then Fiketti. Fiketti, is it?
No, Fiketti's at lock. It's
Oh, my bad. I don't know, whatever his name
debutant.
is. Something like
his
that.
name.
Folletti or something. No,
No, it's a debutant. New
Talau's
guy.
on the wing.
It's a new guy.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Oh, Reese Foley.
Foley, sorry. I knew it started with an F. I
Yep.
just started spamming like F last names.
Yeah, you're right. Probably either side.
Yeah, either side really. I think just Herbie on the matchup. I'm hoping he just gets the pill and just trucks nut, gets 1 or 2 tries, and then just obviously safe captain Terrell May. I don't think there's a need to second thought it. Give it
Nice.
a second thought. Yeah, all good.
You love your boy Willison.
Oh yeah, I guess that is worth bringing up. I did have the VC on Wilson and then C on Terrell May because I thought either is good for a 100+ score, and in a week where I'm already well set up, may as well just bank in a good captain and just go from there. But I think the upside's there for Herbie. Like that could be the gap bridge if everyone VC's Herbie and he gets like 150 and then I'm stuck on taking like an 80 captain. I'd be a little bit disappointed. So I'm more than happy to take a little punt where the crowd goes and then just obviously if he flops, just go for a safe like sort of 70 to 100 or high 70 to 100.
Cool.
That's all.
Perfect. I'm the complete other end of the spectrum. To the two lads to my left, I'm making 3 trades this week, setting myself up nicely.
1, 2, 3 trades. That's nice.
Oh, nice.
Does this put us even on trades? Are you on 15 after this week?
Yep, I think we're all on 15.
We're all on 15 now. I think that's after I make my second trade.
Yeah,
I'll
I
go down to
think
15.
Yep. So I obviously don't have Cleary money, so I was alluding to the fact I changed my trades. Originally, I was going Purdue out, but I've now decided to go Chester out and keep Purdue as like my center wing 7 for money.
For his 100.
Yeah,
Not this week, but next.
in 10 weeks' time.
Next year.
Yeah, probably.
Purgie's going to be like really highly owned next year, I think, if we think he's going to get fullback.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, and it might be dual as well, depending on.
Center wing fullback. That's not,
Yeah.
Yeah, centering fullback maybe.
But yeah, so 3 trades this week. I didn't get Willison last week, so that was my first and most obvious choice of who to bring in. So Lasardi goes to Willison there. The second obvious one was obviously Asako. I'm really keen on him.
648k Wilson. What a buy.
Yeah, well, he's that
This
good.
is Benny, isn't it? Jeez.
No, I'm just joking. Imagine if you got him for like,
400.
that.
How's your Jackson Ford going there, buddy?
Haven't needed him. He's played second row the last 3 weeks. Jokes.
So Xavier Willison comes in for Lasati. Obviously, Jermaine Osaka comes in for Chester. And then I've got to work out who my third player is. I've done an Elliott and gone.
What was that second trade? Sorry, I just zoned out. Osaka.
You're fine. So Willison comes in for Lasati. Tamari Martin comes in for Chester. And Osaka comes in for Casey McLean. That leaves me nicely with Lukey on my bench. And 178k. That'll probably just be a one trade next week to Hamole or Kawatu. And that might be it.
Oh, you've only got 178k in the bank. I've got 355, mate. I'm balling.
Yeah, but see this?
Oh, Nathan.
If you captain that,
Nathan
then you get
Cleary.
nearly 300 points.
And he's actually well ranked. Cool.
And then obviously VC. See,
Does that mean you means you have 13, right? You're 13.
13 with the cheese, so it's really 12.
Yep. Well, I'm 12 with the cheese, so I'm really 11.
But yeah, and in talking through it, well, we didn't even talk through it, but just listening to your opinions on the Herbie VC, I am going to VC Herbie, not because I think Osaka is a bad option. I just don't know if the ball's going to get to Osaka with the centres that the Roosters are pulling up. So I'm going to VC Herbie into captain forward. I think forward and Terrell are basically the same sort of caliber of base power, and I think forwards may be more likely to score. So I'm going forward over Terrell away for that decision there. But yeah.
Nice. We're all in agreement, as we talked about last major buy round, threshold for VC looping significantly lower.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
I think it's a free loop.
I think I'd take a 90.
90, yeah.
I think I'd take a 90.
I think I would take...
Points on the board.
Yeah. I think I'd take a 92, yeah. 90 plus.
Yep. Consensus team. Should we do our favorite tool of doing trades live the best we can?
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool.
So we've currently got 10, and that includes the cheese. So what, if we make 3 trades, we go up to 13?
Well, it includes the cheese and Cody Ramsey.
He's playing fullback. I don't think that's terrible. So yeah, either way, we have to make 3 trades to get to the full 13.
Did we want to go Peasant to Tamari Martin, or are we thinking it's too late? Because we don't have Sharp.
That, to be honest. And I actually don't hate that because then he could just be our starting 5'8" for a decent period.
Yep.
That would be a good
I kind of like that.
Purdue solution.
That's the first.
I kind of like that.
We've got a lot of money at front row. Is it time to part ways with someone up there?
Big Steph.
Oh, we don't even need money. I was going to say to fund something, but we don't even need it.
I don't think we need it necessarily right now. We've already got Jermaine in this team. We got Herbie. Wow, we never took Bostock in this team.
Could you still go Bostock?
Jeez, it's expensive now. It feels like as well Bostock, you trade him in, then you trade him out.
Yeah, but
Soon
he's
enough.
probably not the keeper out of the other two.
What's something rogue we could do? What's something rogue? Who's been traded in by a decent amount of people? We already have Campbell, Fafita, Ronaldo, Taylor May. We never brought in Zach Hosking with this team. What are we doing?
Yeah, I don't know what we were doing though.
I think we ran out of trades.
Oh, because we brought in Taps, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could still do that. Oh, they don't play 18. It'd be nice to bring in someone who was 15 and 18, wouldn't it?
We have Willison and Terrell already.
Speak of, what are the 18 numbers looking? You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We still have Setu too. 18 numbers looking a bit bad. I think if ideally we bring in one 15 and 18 guy, that would be cool.
Maybe we take a punt on Ronaldo or we get Bostock.
Those are the 2 big names, aren't they? T Dunks.
Yeah, he's
In the
playing centre
centres.
though.
Yeah, right center as well, which is not the right side.
Nah.
Okay, Bostock or Ronaldo.
What about like a Jordan Ricky? Would we consider a flyer? He's expensive, but
Jeez, that's not a great move. What do we think about my idea of just bringing in someone to try tad a little bit of cash and then you dump later? Like the Jacob Laban idea.
I don't love it.
You don't love it? Okay.
Well, particularly because we've already got enough at 2 hours.
Oh, yeah. We've already got James Walsh in there. I
I think he just becomes Bostock or
Ronaldo.
whoever we like more.
Who do you think out of those 2, Elliot?
I mean, it's 2 ends of the spectrum, really. You got like absolute safety and then just the ceiling. I kind of like Bostock, but it does feel like you're just going to probably trade him out eventually.
It's the same either way, though, to be honest. Kind of just need coverage
He
for 2
covers
rounds.
both rounds, yeah.
I reckon Bostock, in my opinion.
Setu to the Bostock, Chester to Bostock. Oh, McLean's Bostock. May as well hold Setu to because
I mean, we might
play 18.
We could get both.
Trade out Chester as well.
I think Ronaldo, but I don't know if I love it.
I don't know.
The
if I
matchup
love
against
it, to
the
be honest.
Wars is terrible.
Yeah. Bostock's in there. I mean, that's 12.
Nah, I think we
Oh, wait, is it? Wait, what does that say 11? Oh, because Tymon's still there. That is 12.
I think we do one more. Wait,
One more. They don't have infinite money as well. Oh, well, we could bring in a second row by trading out Stefano, move Wilson up.
Like Estefano to like a Hosking. Doesn't play 18.
why don't they have 2 more weeks?
Selected to play Aaron Clark, T Dunks, the Big Red. Jack Williams does play 15 and 18.
It's like he's turning out points. He's having to play minutes as well. I mean, it's kind of mid, but like he does
Yeah,
cover.
I think that 46 against the Storm was on the edge, so I think those 2 scores are a little bit more accurate with his role in the middle.
What do you think?
I don't mind it.
It's pretty interesting, isn't it? Should we say it for now and we'll have a proper look later?
Yep.
Yeah.
I kind of think that's interesting though, eh? Because he's also a dual. That's actually fairly handy.
Don't forget to res up my boy.
Res up the boy. And we've got to 13 miracles. And we would assume just do the same VC,
VC.
Herbie,
I think so.
Captain, Terrell, or Ford.
I think forward.
You think Ford?
I think forward.
Nice. Tips for the week. Only 5 games, man. Nice and quick. Thursday night, Bonnies against the Broncos. Rabbitohs 1-12.
Broncos 1-12. Can't go against my boys.
Broncos 1-12 as well.
Cool.
He can do it. He's got the lead.
The Bunnies don't have Cam Murray, to be fair, actually. But stuff it. Broncos can't win football games. Dolphins versus the Roosters.
See how much faith you have in the Dolphins.
This is Suncorp, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we'll go Dolphins 13 plus.
Yeah.
Finstoney plus.
What?
Finstoney plus.
Yeah, same. Fins.
I was trying to spam it
I think
in.
it could only be like 14 points, though. I don't think it's going to be an absolute.
I think it can be. I think it could be 50-2.
I don't know. I don't think the Roosters team's disgraceful.
The middles aren't, but like, there's only so much the middles can do if they don't have halves / a backline.
What's the Roosters
Cherry
bench
Evans
like?
is still a half.
Yeah. This will actually be a great audition for the Cherry Evans sort of.
The bench is pretty poor.
For both teams, though. I mean, the Dolphins probably.
Dolphins bench significantly better, but the Roosters bench is pretty poor. Saturday, Warriors versus Sharks. Waz 1-12.
Was 13 plus.
Yeah, was 13 plus.
Jeehoo!
Nah.
Okay. Eels versus the Raiders. I'm gonna go.
Bro's picking like his life depends on it.
It's whatever then.
This is the only satisfaction you can get out of
Eels 1-12.
NRL anymore.
Eels
Good
1-12.
pick.
Where's it actually played? It wouldn't be in Canberra,
Combank.
would it? Oh, look.
Raiders been poor.
Raiders. 1-12.
I'm going to go Eels 13 plus.
What the?
Wow. And then final game of the round, Tigers Titans. Tigs.
All right, Cameron Ciraldo.
Oh, I'm gonna go. Tigers 1-12.
Tigers 1-12.
Titans 1-12.
Nice. Fantastic. Us done for another week. Best of luck with the buy round, everybody. Expect your numbers to be low, but whatever. Work your way through it. Try to set yourself up for the rest of the season as well. Keep a couple trades in the kitty. A lot of big
Yeah.
dogs that need to come back in.
I guess the main advice is like if you don't like the trades this week, you're likely already low on trades. There's probably no need to force a trade. You know you're going to trade out in the next sort of couple of weeks, so no need to force anything crazy there. But yeah, just try to get through this if you're struggling. If you're looking good, then you're probably grinning. But otherwise, don't try to make too many crazy trades. And yeah.
I think you summed it up beautifully there. There's literally no point in burning 3 trades just for the sake of it. Like if there's only 2 good options, which a lot of time there is if you already have Tamari Martin, Terrell May, Xavier Willison, there's not a lot of great options. Just tank a week. It's going to be worth it in the long run. People in the top 10% are going to run out of trades. I mean, I thought I was doing pretty well, and then D-Day happened this week, and I'm down to 15 with so many rounds left to play. So, yeah, I think you can just pretty comfortably just take a back foot and accept that you're going to go a few places down this week and then have your D-Day next week and bring everyone in.
Fantastic. Best of luck, everybody. Enjoy your week, and may your arrows be green. Because mine aren't.